Ma, Dad is on. I was there.
My shirt.
Ma,
Hmm?
it's a holiday. Ma, Ma, Ma. Wait, why do Ma?
Hey, go play. Get some cereal. You do? Come on. Come on. Let's just cereal. Hey, today. Come on. Go eat at the table. Go eat. You already got a spoon. Go eat. Get in here.
I could buy you something. You mind that?
Eat, baby.
I built it? Yeah, Mom, still get it on action. You could search more. It has like a bunch of different places.
It's so fucking cold in here, bruh. Thank you.
Just come over here. Or there. Right here.
I haven't ate a bowl of cereal in so long.
When you're backed up and need relief that's fast and gentle, like this. Not like this. Mirafast works naturally with your body in as little as 30.
The video you're watching was recorded earlier this year at an elephant safari in India, and the 62-year-old man you're looking at is about to experience something no person should ever have to go through. I'll tell you everything, but as usual, let's get into the backstory first. On June 20th, 2024, at around 6 p.m., a 62-year-old Indian man, who I'll refer to as MB out of respect, was working his job as a mahout, which in Southeast Asia just means someone who works with, rides, and tends to elephants.
Bluetooth mode. Please wait. Bluetooth connected.
As of the 35 elephants at these centers, only 4 of them were registered with the Animal Welfare Board of India. So, suffice to say, he didn't have the level of safety that he should have been guaranteed at a workplace of this sort. Generally speaking, though, he was pretty confident in what he did, and despite his age, he was in good shape. And so, for the most part, this day went just like any other. He'd poke and prod the elephant in order to get it in a position for a tourist ride. Assist the tourists in getting on top of the large animal, and then he'd guide them around the site while the person on top had a blast. Of course, this didn't always go smoothly, but for MB's first ride on this day, there were no issues. Then, at around 6:30 p.m., when he was getting ready to run his second ride, the elephant did not take kindly to the prodding and poking that it had usually been subjected to. It became very sporadic and aggressive, and the next tourists in line had to be pushed aside for their safety while MB figured it all out. Again, not totally out of the ordinary, as these elephants were grossly mistreated, but this time around, things are going to be a lot worse than he or the tourists could have ever imagined. And there's clear CCTV footage to go with it.
Bluetooth connected.
The footage begins with MB poking the elephant strategically in order to get him to position himself correctly for the tourist rides because, as previously mentioned, he was not behaving the first time. You can see MB poke his belly a few times and then later the elephant's front left leg while the elephant clearly is not enjoying it. This goes on for a bit when suddenly the elephant completely loses its cool and lunges at MB. It pushes him onto the ground in front of him with its front right leg before using it to step on top of him. All while this was happening, the elephant uses its trunk like an arm to guide him around at his will and contort him. This man is clearly trying to move, but because of the weight of the large animal, it's not working for him. We can see him move his neck a bit before the elephant takes its other leg and steps on the mahout with that one too. At this point, I can't imagine what is going on in MB's head, but he had to have known that it was probably too late, as by this point his back was already completely beyond repair. He continues to be twisted and contorted in completely unnatural ways while the elephant crushes with both front legs and his trunk.
Damn.
The video continues in the same way a bit longer with the elephant trampling and jolting the mahout, and it eventually becomes obvious that MB is no longer coherent. Other employees finally see what is going on and run over to help MB, but by this point it was too late. The elephant lets go and walks away while others run to request medical help. MB is still twitching a bit, but obviously, he would not make it in the end. In the aftermath, an investigation was launched, and this is where they found out that only 4 out of 35 elephants were registered, and they saw all the poor working conditions. The operations were ordered to stop in all of these illegal facilities, and life went on. I also learned that MB was the 6th local in that region to be taken out by an elephant in the 7 months preceding. Officials pushed for the Forest Department to begin ramping up inspections and ordered higher safety standards, which hopefully will come.
Damn. Go eat, ma'am. Go eat.
In my last video, I told you guys that I'm always interested in hearing obscure and less covered cases that you may know of, and interestingly, the video I'm about to cover was actually recommended by a lot of you. Despite being aired live, most people have probably never heard of this, and as we'll soon find out, that's because it was massively pushed under the rug and most copies of the video were completely wiped from the internet. Nodar Kumaratashvili was a 21-year-old professional Georgian luge athlete who, before his Olympic debut in 2010, had competed in 5 World Cup races and was considered one of the best lugers to come out of his country. He He was by all means a formidable athlete in his sport, and his country was incredibly proud of their Olympic team. Nodar grew up in a region where there were many slopes and winter sports were very popular, so naturally he began luge when he was around 13 years old. Also, for those of you who maybe don't know, luge is a winter racing sport where athletes lie down face up on a sled and travel down slide courses at extremely high speeds, and they do this in low temperatures. Despite seeming very dangerous, engineers, athletes, and safety federations are actually very careful to make sure that they minimize injury risk as much as humanly possible, and for that reason it is relatively rare to see athletes face significant issues nowadays. However, that doesn't mean it's totally impossible. So, Nodar's impressive resume would qualify him for the 2010 Winter Olympics in Vancouver just after he graduated with a degree in economics. This man was obviously very disciplined, as even when undergoing rigorous studies, he still kept a perfect training schedule as a luger and was able to regularly compete at a top level. Once he knew he'd made the Olympic team, he would take it up another notch, and when early 2010 came, he would fly out to Western Canada and begin to prepare for the competition. February 12th in specific was the final day of training runs for the luge athletes, and after about 24 total training runs getting to know the course, Nodar would take his final and 25th one. And unfortunately, this one would result in his tragic and completely unavoidable demise. Nodar's run would start, and until the end, everything would be completely normal. He'd push, paddle, and settle well, steer and brake good in his corners, and on his approach to the final corner, he'd reached a speed of 143.6 kilometers an hour. Once he took this corner, things would go terribly wrong. Nodar launched off the side of the track and immediately struck a poorly positioned steel pole at full speed. Needless to say, Nodar did not make it. Not only was this all caught on camera, but it was all aired live as well. In fact, a few people in my comments and many others online discussed seeing it themselves, and they recall being both confused and disturbed. Because this is heavily copyrighted and disturbing footage, I can't show you it entirely, but I can play the sound of the impact, and trust me when I say it is unnerving. Many people say this sound has stuck with them, and it doesn't surprise me at all. In the aftermath, it was discovered that previous athletes have voiced their concerns over the course, and with good reason. In late 2004, the firm that created the course calculated the max possible speed for men's luge to be 136.3 kilometers an hour, or 84.7 miles per hour. The problem is, Nodar had gone much faster than that, meaning there must have been some sort of error in this calculation process. Additionally, the year before, someone else had gone even faster than Nodar had, 153.9 kilometers an hour, and wrote a letter to the firm, IBG, saying, "The designer's calculations were incorrect and the high speed makes me worried." He also said that overstepping this limit would be an absolutely unreasonable demand for the athletes, and as it turns out, his prediction would sadly be correct. After the incident, the Georgian team was devastated and the country mourned together. The team debated forfeiting the event altogether, but ultimately decided that it was best to push forward and perform in his honor, as with his discipline, that's exactly what Nodar would have wanted. When the game started, the athletes started from lower down on the track to prevent hitting such speeds again. From what I read, the FIL seemed to have pinned it on driver error rather than being an engineering issue. They were quoted as saying that the accident was not caused by an unsafe track. Make of that what you will.
What you want to do is save hundreds when Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance.
That's great, but can you ask your friend to stop digging into the green?
I can ask, but he's not going to. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Generac saved the day for me. We were without power like 2.5 days. I was able to come to work.
Say hi to me. I am Vera. What's up, Vera?
This entry is genuinely some of the most crazy footage I've ever seen, and if you choose to go looking for the uncovered version, viewer discretion is strongly advised. On the Friday night of June 24th, 2024, many people in the Mexican city of San Luis were waiting for musician Kevin AMF, also known as Kevin Moreno, to perform a concert at a nearby venue. People flocked to the venue, Rich Nightclub, to pregame and party beforehand while waiting for him to get there. This venue was 3 stories up in a shopping mall/office building. Despite having a maximum capacity of just 200, the rich nightclub
Sorry, you okay?
The video you're watching was recorded earlier this year at an elephant safari in India, and the 62-year-old man you're looking at is about to experience something no person should ever have to go through. I'll tell you everything, but as usual, let's get into the backstory first. On June 20th, 2024 In the aftermath, it was discovered that previous athletes have voiced their concerns over the course, and with good reason, said that overstepping this limit would be an absolutely unreasonable demand for the athletes, and as it turns out, his prediction would sadly be correct. After the incident, the Georgian team was devastated and the country mourned together. The team debated forfeiting the event altogether, but ultimately decided that it was best to push forward and perform in his honor, as with his discipline, that's exactly what Nodar would have wanted. When the game started, the athletes started from lower down on the track to prevent hitting such speeds again. From what I read, the FIL seemed to have pinned it on driver error rather than being an engineering
Distressing
issue.
things
They
from the
reported as
internet.
saying that the accident was not caused by an unsafe track. Make of that what you will.
So it was about, well, I don't know what the sport is. It was like some distressing shit.
This entry is genuinely some of the most crazy footage I've ever seen, and if you choose to go looking for the uncovered version, your
Really?
discretion
Go
is
eat.
strongly advised.
Wait,
On the Friday night of June 24th, 2024, many people in the Mexican city of San Luis were waiting for musician Kevin AMF, also known as Kevin Moreno, to perform a concert at a nearby venue. People flocked to the venue, Rich Nightclub, to pregame and party beforehand while waiting for him to get there. This venue was 3 stories up in a shopping mall/office building. Despite having a maximum
goes
capacity
somewhere.
of just 200, the Rich Nightclub organizers allowed more than 1,500 people to
Hey.
attend, most of which were teenagers and young
tired a little
adults.
bit.
All of these people arrived at the 3rd floor venue by either stairs or elevator. While waiting for Kevin AMF to perform,
Yeah.
a large group of people flocked to one of the balconies and started partying and filming, which only made more people want to come over and join. This crowd size continued to snowball until the balcony was super packed, and if it weren't for the obvious risks here, it honestly looked like they were having a really good time. Unfortunately though, the terrace was obviously not designed to support this many people, let alone have them jump up and down and lead onto the protective glass and railings.
shit.
After experiencing enough stress, one of the protective glass railings on the edge of the balcony began to loosen and eventually failed. This caused about 20 people to fall a total of 40 feet to the city ground below, all of them landing on the glass and on top of one another. This video is absolutely surreal to watch, mainly because there's just so many people, but because immediately upon landing, a couple people would just stand right up and walk away. Obviously, these people were fortunate enough to have their landing cushioned by others. In total, 15 people were injured, many severely, and 2 people unfortunately did not make it through the incident. Watching this back though, you would have thought that almost all of them didn't make it. There was very little movement and the fall looked to be at high speed. In addition to the CCTV footage, there's also other angles showing the perspective of those on the balcony and another from the ground. Many of those who got up suffered nervous breakdowns as
my
the scene was
God.
grim and they were only out to have a good time. Security, civil protection, police, and the civil guard would all
Christy.
respond very quickly and help people who needed treatment, as well as block off the area to prevent further injury and glass exposure. Many of the concert goers were also quick to run down and help the injured, which is nice to hear. In the aftermath, necessary city and state investigations would be launched, and although Kevin Moreno had not yet arrived for his appearance at the venue, he posted on Instagram showing his sorrows and willingness to support the victims and their family. If you were to ask me, this was obviously due to the venue hosting 7.5 times the maximum allowed number of people, and the balcony most likely would have been fine if it wasn't exposed to so much force. I really hope the individuals and families that were involved have found some sort of peace in the months since. These were very young people. Just a fair warning here, guys. I'm going to be very careful in how I explain this one, as I have had things removed in the past for touching on similar topics. Nothing I'm describing here is direct, and you'll have to make your own inferences from my wording or do your own research on it. This was just so intense to me that I felt it was valuable to tell. With that out of the way, let's get into it. This video comes out of Hanoi, Vietnam, and it was recorded in a family's apartment that has cameras set up in the living room for emergency purposes. It's about 3:30 in the morning, and it features a man and his son having some sort of mild argument about the son doing his homework and how he just has to get it done and to stop procrastinating. The father's essentially
Yeah,
saying, just
distressing
do it
things
now
from
and
the
stop
internet
thinking
on
about whether to
YouTube.
do it now or to do it later. Simple enough. No one's yelling, no one's being
Good morning,
hostile, and
Steven.
it's probably a conversation everyone has had at
What?
some point as a student or a parent. It seems in this case, though, that the pressure was growing a lot to the point that the son had mostly just given up and stopped fighting back in full force. The mild bickering goes on for a bit while the father sits on the couch and the son stands still, eventually moving over to catch some fresh air through the back door. The father tells him to come back inside, but he resists and they take a second to breathe and nothing happens for a short period of time. The dad then stands up, presumably to go check how much work his son had gotten done, and the son opens the door and encourages it. He says, "You can go look in the book." Dad is confused on why he's excited for him to see it, but he says okay and walks over anyways. The father checks his son's work, and for a minute, you can't really tell if he's impressed with the progress or just completely confused by what he's seeing. It's at this point that things take a really devastating turn. Let's just say that the son, who was already outside on the apartment's balcony, quickly moved from floor 28 to the ground floor below, resulting in him no longer being with us. And from that information, you can probably guess what was left in the textbook that his father was reading. I think the most gutting part about this video is that his father catches his son in the corner of his eye as he's reading what he had written in the textbook and runs over yelling and panicking as he realizes it is too late to do anything. He freaks out and calls for his wife, stating, and one of the most devastating cries I've ever heard. I can only imagine what these poor people saw once they went down those 28 stories. Many people have come up with theories as to what caused this, but the answers were all right there in the textbook and they eventually came to light, so you can go find those if you want answers.
Today we're behind the scenes with K-12. K-12. I don't know.
This man right here is Diogo Jose. He's been down on his luck recently in his work and family life, and unfortunately, it's resulted in him having to couch surf. No matter how bad his circumstances would be, though, there's absolutely no excuse for the depraved and unforgivable things he's about to do. In March of 1997 in Sao Paulo, Brazil, a man named Diogo Jose was wandering around the city with hopes of finding a bed or a couch to sleep on. See, Diogo had been down on his luck for a variety of reasons, and it eventually landed on him becoming homeless, so it becomes sort of a routine for him to find someone to stay with, and when that person was tired of them, he'd have to go find someone else. Right now, he was in the time period where he was back outside and actively looking for someone else to stay with. He could stay outside if he absolutely wanted to, but due to the safety risks and the sometimes horrible weather, it just wasn't worth it. So, he was determined to find someone, and eventually, it actually worked.
Everybody's leaving.
While looking around, he noticed a man who had been nice to him in the past and figured it was worth a shot to strike up a conversation. The man, Claudio Paulino, was a married man with 3 young daughters, and he always sort of took pity on Diogo as they've spoken briefly before, and he knew a bit about his story. Claudio, being the man he is, checked in with Diogo and, through conversation, found out that he was on the street once again. He wanted to offer to help, but he knew his family may not totally agree. Either way, he thought about it for a bit, bit his tongue, and told him to come back for at least one night so he had a couch to sleep on and a roof over his head. He figured if his wife was unhappy, he could at least just say it was one night. Things went well though, and his wife actually ended up enjoying Diogo's company a little bit. He was good with the girls, and he was helping out a bit so she could let her guard down. And then when the morning came and Diogo was still acting okay, they said screw it and let him know he could stick around for longer if he needed it. Well, he took them up on it, and eventually it ended up being around a 2-month stay. And it could have been longer, but something really bad happened, and it turned things around completely. At some point, a couple months into the trip, particularly on May 23rd of 1997, Diogo would have some sort of mental lapse and end up becoming a violent and dangerous threat to the entire family, most notably the 3 young daughters. Although things seemed to be going super well, he would experience a random episode and things took a turn for the absolute worst. Claiming that the daughters knew too much about him, he would grab a kitchen knife, steal 2-year-old Cynthia Natalia Paulino to where the other girls followed him and their father called the police. The criminal was found with the daughter in his arms on a highway about a mile away, and after 4 hours of negotiation, 2 of the daughters were freed. The 2-year-old was still in his arms though, and here's when the camera started to roll. He would hold the child in front of police and taunt them. He shouted, "See here? She's a child. If you miss your shot, bye-bye." The police are surrounding him and walking past him, and he kept telling them to shoot him. Well, one 23-year-old officer was right beside him in point-blank range and took him up on his offer, finding the right pocket of time and shooting him faster than I've ever seen, far before he had time to stop her. He fired one into him, knocking him to the ground where he landed directly on top of the 2-year-old. The officers swooped in, and thankfully, although shaken up, she was totally fine and made a full recovery.
Damn.
The perpetrator, Diogo, died 9 hours later in the hospital. It's beautiful to see that the little girl is okay, as this could have gone totally different. The police and everyone in the town believed the officer did the right thing at the time, and because of that, a young girl's life was saved and a family was protected. All things considered, this went a lot better than I would have expected.
Yeah, I'm just tired. Need to relax today.
Irina Glazunova is a 24-year-old, vibrant and beautiful Russian woman who, like many young women in her age range, is just trying to live life to the fullest and travel as much as she can. Because she'd recently finished college, she had a pocket of time before she started her career, and after moving some things around, her and her friend decided to finally start making some travel plans. Eventually, they would decide on going to Georgia, as they'd been there before, and it wasn't too far from them in the event that they needed to get back home. So they booked their flights and be on their way. The trip would go completely okay for the most part, but they were honestly a little bored. So on the night of September 27, 2024, just less than a month ago as of the posting of this video, they decided to go out and enjoy the nightlife a bit, get some food, maybe some drinks, and enjoy themselves while the trip lasted. The two Moscow natives would start to wander around town, singing and recording videos for social media in the Georgian streets, and they'd absolutely have a blast. At one point though, in the most unexpected way ever, this would all end. They began recording a new video, and it shows Irina's friend, whose name we don't know, filming her while she sings and jokes around. This goes on for a bit, and then at one point, the phone is passed to Irina so she can focus on her friend's part, and while recording, Irina falls into a massive hole below out of nowhere, one either of them absolutely did not see coming. Friends both scream in panic as this happens before she hits the floor below and silence ensues. Originally, this is where the video ended, but we actually have a longer version now where people nearby rushed to help her and shut the video off. Some theorized it was a manhole she fell into or some sort of construction project, but it was actually just a set of stairs that go down to a lower level. The surrounding edges were not blockaded, so she stepped off and plummeted down below. There were also some additional CCTV pictures as well, but we now know these are fake as the date's incorrect and it's a totally different city. Now the question you're probably wondering is, did she survive? Well, unfortunately, she didn't. She suffered a skull fracture and later passed away in the hospital. It's a horribly tragic way for a young girl to go, and to make things weirder, the last line she sung translates to "the one last time." It goes to show that you always have to be aware of your surroundings, especially in a foreign country. This is probably the last thing they ever expected to happen when they woke up that day.
Damn.
That's going to do it for this one, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider liking or subscribing, but if not, that's okay too. I upload 2 to 3 videos like this every week, so maybe I'll win you over next time. Also, a special shout out to all of the polar bear you're looking at is named Pinky. He may look cute, but there's a pretty disturbing video involving him that very few people know about. I'll show you the video, but as usual, let me give you the backstory first. Pinky the polar bear was a male bear born in 1975 in Cape Beaufort, Alaska. We don't know how or why, but he was unfortunately separated from his mother, resulting in him being deemed an orphan. An oil rig worker came across the cub, contacted the Alaskan Department of Fish and Game, and you know what comes next. Same year, they started looking for a zoo to put him in, eventually landing on a small children's zoo in Anchorage, which would later become what we know as the Alaska Zoo. Obviously, up to this point, he had a pretty hard and isolated life, and it resulted in him becoming very aggressive. In an attempt to mitigate this and make more money, of course, they eventually negotiated the purchase of a female bear to ship out to him so he had company. Unfortunately, she'd pass away from a viral disease before ever being shipped out, so they put 2 twin cubs in there with him, which he wouldn't get along with either. As he reached full size, he weighed a whopping 1,200 pounds, was said to be very stubborn and aggressive, with the first serious instance being him biting off an employee's finger in 1983. This was promptly dealt with by admin and overlooked because it was just one instance and you could easily chalk it up to employee error. But it wouldn't be the last incident. For the next decade, there would be no serious events involving Binky. However, in 1994, that would all come to an end.
What the fuck? My computer just shut down, bruh. I want to know what the fucking polar bear did.
Bluetooth disconnected. Bluetooth connected.
Oh, this is a big old chocolate bar. Oh, candy. Want some?
Yeah.
Get it. Love you. You like it? You do? No.
Mom.
I got you, huh?
Please.
I gotta find the remote control. I don't know why I had my computer shut down like that. Yes, love, I got you, love. I haven't eaten all this candy right now. Let's see what this polar bear did.
The polar bear you're looking at is named Binky. He may look cute, but there's a pretty disturbing video involving him that very few people know about. I'll show you the video, but as usual, let me give you the backstory first. Binky the polar bear was a male bear born in 1975 in Cape Beaufort, Alaska. We don't know how or why, but he was unfortunately separated from his mother, resulting in him being deemed an orphan. An oil rig worker came across the cub, contacted the Alaska Department of Fish and Game, and you know what comes next. Same year, they started looking for a zoo to put him in, eventually landing on a small children's zoo in Anchorage, which would later become what we know as the Alaska Zoo. Obviously, up to this point, he had a pretty hard and isolated life, and it resulted in him becoming very aggressive. In an attempt to mitigate this and make more money, of course, they eventually negotiated the purchase of a female bear to ship out to him so he had company. Unfortunately, she'd pass away from a viral disease before ever being shipped out, so they put two twin cubs in there with him, which he wouldn't get along with either. As he reached full size, he weighed a whopping 1,200 pounds, was said to be very stubborn and aggressive, with the first serious instance being him biting off an employee's finger in 1983. This was promptly dealt with by admin and overlooked because it was just one instance and you could easily chalk it up to employee error. But it wouldn't be the last incident. For the next decade, there would be no serious events involving Binky. However, in 1994, that would all come to an end. On July 29, 1994, an Australian tourist named Catherine jumped over two different safety fences so that she could get a closer picture of Binky sleeping. As she was getting the camera ready, he snapped, stuck his head through the bars and grabbed her, pulling on her and mauling her while visitors looked on. And a couple of them would even end up recording this on camera.
Oh my god.
Tranquilizer gun!
Polar bear eating that lady.
Tranquilizer gun! That's it. Get over there with it. Always going.
The bear thrashed and pulled, grabbing her with his paws and gnawing on her leg and hip, all while employees piled on and tried hitting the bear away with branches. For a while, Binky would refuse to let go, but once Catherine's leg broke and the employees continued hitting him harder, he'd eventually drop her. She was left with a broken leg and bite marks, but would make a full recovery and have a positive outlook on the whole thing. Also, he grabbed one of her shoes and it made for this super iconic picture. Apparently from the minute this hit the press, the town came together and defended the bear, rallying and demanding they don't put him down over some stupid woman's mistake. Luckily, it actually worked and they didn't euthanize the guy. And believe it or not even 2 months after this, a bunch of drunk teenagers approached his enclosure with plans to swim in Binky's pool to where one of the 19-year-olds was mauled and suffered lacerations. Apparently the zoo didn't want to confirm it was Binky, but it was Binky. Once again after this, the town would come together insisting they didn't euthanize Binky, and they didn't. But unfortunately, just a couple years later in 1996, both him and his cage mate would contract a contagious parasitic disease, resulting in them passing on. The most wholesome part about this is that apparently there was a massive turnout at his memorial, even considering it was pouring rain that day. But yeah, rest in peace, Binky. Poor guy never got a break.
These are okay.
This is Asiana Airlines Flight 214. There was a total of 307 occupants on board, and all of them were about to go through something that would change their lives forever. One of the passengers, however, would experience something so unlikely that it's hard to believe the story I'm going to tell you is even real. Flight 214 was a trans-Pacific flight traveling from Seoul, South Korea to San Francisco, California on July 6, 2013. The flight took off just after 5 p.m. without a hitch, and for the most part, the flight was completely standard and uneventful. The passengers were going to be sitting there bored over an open ocean for 10 hours, and they knew what they were in for. Some of them would sleep, and some of them would sit on their tablets, but all of them were eagerly awaiting their arrival. As they were approaching San Francisco, the flight crew would start to prepare for landing and begin their descent. Part of the runway's instrument landing system was out of service for repair, so the crew was cleared for visual approach, which is not an uncommon thing in aviation. Unfortunately though, due to poor airspeed monitoring and mismanagement of approach, the landing gear and tail struck a seawall just past the runway, causing the airplane to crash. The plane would slide and rotate, eventually coming to a stop considerably far left of the runway. Oil fell into the engine, and a large fire full of black smoke would ignite. Fortunately, slides were deployed and people were able to get out, but a couple of them failed and shot inwards. Either way, there was escape routes. One of the survivors was 16-year-old Yi Mang Young, a Chinese student who was traveling to California with her school to participate in a summer camp. She managed to get out, and she was in very rough shape, but nonetheless, she was still alive and laying down just a short distance from the airplane. Unfortunately, what would happen after this is just downright sickening. Despite managing to survive the crash, during the rescue operation, an emergency vehicle would end up running her over, resulting in her tragic and untimely demise. No one understood how anyone could have let something like this happen, especially considering that she was a 16-year-old girl, but answers would soon come as first responders had cameras that were recording the majority of the event. At one point in the footage, we see a large vehicle about to hit her, to where one man would yell stop, saying there's a body there.
Whoa, stop. There's a body right there, right in front of you.
The driver understood and avoided her accordingly. Sadly though, somewhere along the line afterwards, she would get covered in the fire retardant foam when they were spraying the entire site. No one triaged her, no one carried her out, and no one noticed while they were spraying that there was a human laying there. And because she was no longer visible, there was no way for emergency vehicles to know where she was when they were driving. It's important to understand how chaotic these situations are, and that when you're actually on scene, it's a totally different game, but in this case, there was simply just no excuse, and the video verifies all of that. She should have been promptly taken out of the way, or at least checked for a pulse. It was later confirmed that her COD was consistent with being run over by a large vehicle, and the parents would sue the department who was responsible. 2 years later, an out-of-court settlement was reached, and the lawsuit was dropped. The department was extremely remorseful and with good reason, but they did do a good job with the rest of the situation. What's
No,
even
that's a
more sad
lawsuit.
about this
The
to
fuck
me
they
is that
mean?
among the 3 fatalities in this accident, all 3 of them were teenage girls who were
Who's
from the same
scrambling? The guy
school.
telling the story?
The other
Yeah, a
2 were
little bit he
apparently even
was.
friends with Yi. So yeah, everything about this situation is just horrible. Diphenhydramine, also known by its brand name Benadryl, is an OTC med that's used to treat allergies, insomnia, and in some cases a common cold. It's a super prevalent and useful medicine that most people have in their cabinet, but in the past people have been known to abuse it. See, at higher amounts it has very different properties, changing for the worse the higher you go. There's no shortage of effects, and in many cases it can have addictive properties as well. Like anything recreational, there's a small subset of people who become very into it, creating online communities and subreddits discussing its safety, reporting experiences, and in the case of today's topic, having their entire life consumed by it.
Thank you, Hollywood.
Tired of people faking too is a now an active Reddit user who spent almost all of his time posting about Benadryl.
Yeah.
From showcasing the extreme levels he goes to, all the way to creating intricate charts covering its effects. I went through every single comment he ever made, and quite literally everyone is discussing this stuff, minus a few exceptions where he opens up about his mental health. It's a really harrowing read, and through this page we get a first-person deep dive into the tragedy of his life and what his day-to-day struggles going way overboard with Benadryl is like. I lost over 45 pounds in 2 months just from taking so much DPH 24/7. Nope, never get any sleep. I try, but my brain won't let me. I try closing my eyes, but I can't sleep. It's pure hell. I'm just sitting there for hours staring at my wall, contemplating, because my life is crap and this stuff is addictive. Well, I do want to stop, but I don't want to stop taking DPH until I can find an alternative method to cope with my life, because I take DPH to cope with my pain and stress and worries. I have complex PTSD from several traumatic events in my childhood. My parents passed away when I was very young. I was assaulted by people I trusted, and I've had horrible experiences in the hospital and a bunch more. I get panic attacks, disassociate, and have meltdowns when I get flashbacks or night terrors. I'm not very good at coping with it, so I'm just a messed up person. I'm basically not even here right now mentally. I'm living in a dream world 24/7. I have seizures, my heart rate stays in the 170s to 240s BPM range. I'm always dehydrated, I've lost way too much weight. I can't speak correctly, I stutter and mispronounce words all the time. I have the worst eyesight I've ever had, in fact I'm legally blind now. I don't have any ability to remember anything, can't remember what I just said or had someone ask me. I barely sleep, only about 7 hours each week. I'm always hallucinating and my blood work is so awful. I have to get a blood transfusion on Monday because I'm severely anemic due to malnutrition and very heavy nosebleeds. It basically f***ing sucks. My chest always hurts and I'm always delirious. As the page goes on, we see him gradually increase his amount and get far more reckless with what he's doing, even going as far as to regularly post pictures of just how much he was consuming in one go. The post would continue to get worse, and finally, we get to his most recent post. It shows him posting a total of 276 pills and saying, "Why the hell not?" And unfortunately, there is a reason this was his last post. After taking that incredibly large amount, his body would no longer be able to take it, resulting in him sadly passing away. It was later confirmed by other users who knew him personally and shared around the communities. It stands as a good example for staying away from this stuff, and even he himself would check up on people in their posts of the same nature. He continually spoke about how bad it was and how it wasn't worth it, but in the end, it got him.
Yeah. Yeah. I can't wait to
Hilda Yolanda Mayol was a vibrant 26-year-old woman from New York who worked as a waitress on the ground floor in the North Tower in the year 2001. On the day of September 11th, she was scheduled for a pretty routine morning shift, rolling in an hour early to start prepping for open and coordinating the day ahead. The restaurant opened and things were by all means normal. She'd get many regulars who worked in the office space above, a few customers she didn't like, and she was keeping a smile on with hopes of getting a few extra tips. A normal day for most waitresses. Somewhere along the line, at 8:46 to be exact, Hilda, her co-workers, and the customers would all hear an extremely loud, reverberating bang, followed by a shaking sensation. Right after this, a bit of commotion would begin to ensue, with people having absolutely no idea what was going on. Some would investigate further, others would try to continue eating and hoping it wasn't anything serious, but within a few minutes, things started to heat up. Word started to get around, and people who looked outside would see debris, concrete, and other materials falling from the building. Many people would decide to stay, and some people would leave, not wanting to take any chances. But once the second plane hit 17 minutes later, it was quite the opposite. Many people would begin to evacuate, and very few people would stay. Hilda was one of the ones who decided to leave and not take any chances. It's unknown as to whether she'd left before the second plane hit, but nonetheless, she did make the right choice and escape before the South and North Towers collapsed respectively, allowing her to avoid injury altogether. Only 23 people who were in or below the towers escaped after they collapsed, 15 of which were rescue workers, so it's more than likely that she would not have been so lucky if she stayed. She knew this though, and she said she was aware of how fortunate she was, given how many lives had been lost. There was of course some residual trauma in the months afterwards, and it was debatably the most chaotic thing she had ever been a part of, but she was still grateful. And you think the story would end there, but there's actually a horrible portion to this that I've yet to explain to you. In the months following, Hilda obviously needed some time off to process things and opted to visit her family. The months preceding were nothing short of chaotic, and it'd been a while since she'd last spent some quality time with them, so she looked through her schedule and found a good pocket of time to get in a family trip. Eventually, they decided to book a flight to the Dominican Republic on November 12th of 2001, where she'd meet up at the resort with her family and enjoy a couple of weeks together. What she didn't know, however, is that the flight she was going to take ended up being the infamous Flight 587, a plane that took off from JFK, crashed 10 minutes later, and killed all 260 people on board, and an additional 5 on the ground. Hilda survived 9/11, one of the most terrifying attacks ever to take place on American soil, just to pass away in a catastrophic plane crash only 2 months later. The family was understandably devastated, and while we've never heard specifics, I can only imagine what it would be like to find that out on what was supposed to be a quality family vacation. This event also temporarily stirred up more fear, considering it involved a plane, it was in Queens, New York, and it occurred so soon after the attacks. Because of its time in history, many people forget this accident, but that's just because it was overshadowed by a much larger event. I hope Hilda's, as well as all the victims' families, have been doing well in the decades following. It's always sad to hear an innocent person pass while they still have most of their life ahead of them, but this time she just couldn't escape death. That's going to do it for this one, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed this type of dark material, please consider liking and subscribing, but if not, that's okay too. I upload 2 or 3 videos like this every week, and I appreciate you watching.
Planning to publish your book? You could reach 3 billion more readers. If you've written a book and you're thinking about publishing it, you have to watch this video. Hi, I'm Sarah from Spines, the fastest growing publishing platform in the United States. If you want to give your book the best shot at success, there are a few things you need to know. The
photo you're looking at may seem innocent at first, but there's something about it I haven't revealed to you, and once you know it, you'll look at it completely differently. I'll tell you everything, but as usual, let me give you the backstory first. This man right here is Casey Rivera. He's a kind, loving father to an 11-year-old girl and a 6-year-old boy, and he's been with his high school sweetheart for a total of 24 years now. Things were by all means great. They've built the life they've always dreamed of in California, had 2 healthy children, and everyone in the community seemed to love them. On May 18th, 2023, Casey was driving through Rockland, California, something he'd done many times before on his commutes or just to go run some errands. It usually went off without a hitch, but this time, things would go a bit differently. While cruising along, Casey noticed a family of ducks trying to cross a large intersection, hesitating and panicking as the cars slowed down or swerved around them. He couldn't sit there and watch them potentially get struck, so he figured since he had a bit of extra time, he'd pull off to the side and try to do something about it. Casey cautiously walked into the intersection and began nudging the ducks across, guiding the traffic around him and ensuring these little guys didn't get run over. Apparently people around him even began to clap and cheer, and it was around this time that a young boy nearby snapped his picture. He continued to slowly guide the ducks, and he eventually succeeded in getting them across the intersection. Apparently he also helped bump the baby ducklings up the curb because they couldn't make the jump. It was a small gesture, but a wholesome one nonetheless, and it just further cemented how the people in the neighborhood felt about him. Once he was sure they were across and not going back into the road, Casey promptly turned around to get back to his car that was still waiting on the side of the road. By some horrible chance, as Casey was getting back, he himself would get hit immediately after working so hard to ensure that the ducks didn't. Onlookers watched in terror as he was sent across the intersection, and the mood went from cheerful to dreadful in an instant. Some instinctively ran to help, some were covering their kids' eyes, and others were on the phone with 911 right away. Unfortunately, it would quickly become apparent that there was nothing that could be done. Casey wouldn't make it. Possibly the worst thing I read about this is that both of his own kids were there as well and witnessed it all. A separate mother had to run over and comfort them in a parking lot. Everyone was left wondering how or why something like this could happen, and while we don't have every little detail, we do know the driver was a 17-year-old girl who remained on scene for the entirety of it. She also was not charged. While in most cases drivers are supposed to yield to pedestrians, there are cases where it just isn't possible. But still, looking at how the intersection was set up, if you were paying attention, you would almost certainly see what was going on. I can't imagine how this girl felt while on scene, though. It's not like she woke up that day and ever thought she'd caused something like this. The kid who took the picture that was shown previously also went on local news and was quoted as saying, "He got out of the car and was shooing the ducks and everyone was clapping because he was being really nice. He helped them get over the curb because all the little baby ducks were having trouble, and then he walked in front of our car. All I remember is the sound and then him flying across the intersection. His shoes and one of his socks were right in front of our car. He was the only person to get out of the car and try and help them, and probably was the nicest person in the area. It's not fair."
That's sad.
Both the family and the community were understandably heartbroken in the days afterwards, but they came together to do everything they could. His wife was incredibly grateful and was quoted as saying, "My heart is in 1,000 pieces and I don't know how to put them back together. But I am honored to know that he left us while making positive impacts to others, even if it was for animals." The GoFundMe went on to shatter its goal and is still getting donations as of recently. Heather Boswell is a woman who graduated from Ingram High School in Seattle in 1992. Like most people, she was relieved to be out of high school, but quickly realized there's a whole different challenge ahead of her. She contemplated a few different things, but eventually she would end up working in a Seattle-based research vessel in the Pacific Ocean called Discoverer. She signed with the NOAA for a 6-month stint at 19 years old to serve food to the 85 crew members, seeing it as an opportunity to gain some experience and travel. She was only about 3 months in and had already seen Antarctica, Chile, and now they were headed towards Easter Island. March 23, 1994 was like a lot of other days on the ship. She'd be fulfilling her onboard responsibilities, prepping and cooking food, and joking around with her coworkers. When break came, they do what they've done before and jump into the Pacific Ocean for a swim, which was supposedly as warm as bathwater. If you haven't figured it out already, this isn't really the best idea. They were swimming, messing around, and enjoying the little time they'd have before getting back into the small quarters and continuing their work. Things would take a very dark turn, though. As they were swimming, a great white shark supposedly appeared out of nowhere and headed straight towards a worker who was also in the water named Phil Buffington. He got some injuries and needed around 50 stitches, but ended up being okay, or at least far better.
Bruh. It's just pissing me off, bro.
Bluetooth disconnected.
Yep, she's making me mad. You're what? No. My computer keeps turning off. But it's literally all the way charged up.
Bluetooth connected.
Where's Millie?
Please accept our apology with these cupcakes. We hope you enjoy them. Have a great day. Brooklyn, what are you doing? Mommy, look. The baby family brought us some cupcakes.
I don't know why I was doing this.
And they wrote an apology note for stealing last time.
Is that so? Wow, they smell delicious. Let's take them inside and share them with Daddy, Grandma, and Grandpa Shark.
Okay. Thank you for the cupcakes.
Millie's not even watching this shit, bro.
Family has shrunk after eating these cupcakes. Friends, I think the beef shark family made those cupcakes with the shrinking potion and gave them to us. What should I do? What? The beef shark family is right behind me? Beef shark family, bring my family back right now. You should have known better. Too late for you.
If there's one AI site builder you need to meet, it's this dope tech from Wix. Now this whole flow is a conversation, so your words actually build your website. I'm going for a store.
To shatter its goal and is still getting donations as of recently.
Excuse me, sir. How old were you when you made your first million?
What is this for?
We're trying to get advice for the younger generation.
I made my first million last year.
Honored to know that he left us while making positive impacts to others, even if it was for animals. The GoFundMe went on to shatter.
Yeah, I'm so tired.
Experience and travel. She was only about 3 months in and had already seen Antarctica, Chile, and now they were headed towards Easter Island. March 23rd, 1994 was like a lot of other days on the ship. She'd be fulfilling her onboard responsibilities, prepping and cooking food, and joking around with her coworkers. When break came, they do what they've done before and jump into the Pacific Ocean for a swim, which was supposedly as warm as
Open the
bathroom.
door.
If you haven't figured it out already, this isn't really the best idea. They were swimming, messing around, and enjoying the little time they'd have before getting back into the small quarters and continuing their work. Things would take a very dark turn, though. As they were swimming, a great white shark supposedly appeared out of nowhere and headed straight towards a worker who was also in the water named Phil Buffington. He got some injuries and needed around 50 stitches, but ended up being okay, or at least far better than what I'm about to tell you. It was at this point that one of the crewmen on board the vessel started recording. The shark, confused about there being 8 people in the water, rapidly changed its course and went straight towards Heather Boswell. The man records as people panic and Heather is engaged by the shark, not being able to escape its tracks. She recalls seeing a fin and feeling a grab on her right leg and stated that she didn't want to kick it in fear that it would scare it off to one of her coworkers. She said, "He was moving his head back and forth, shaking me really hard. I really thought that was it." Amidst the chaos, the shark grabbed her other leg and pulled her under the water. Heather said she recalled feeling a pop, thinking that her hip had been dislocated, but when she looked down, she realized the great white had actually taken her leg from the mid-thigh down. Onlookers noticed this too and were terrified. It's all in the video. Some scary stuff. Two crew members grabbed her arms and held on while a third one hit the shark with a stick, and the animal bolted towards another person who was on a rope ladder.
Hold on, Mario.
Heather was taken out of the water, and it was then that
Be under the couch, under the pillows, on that other couch while them clothes at. Bro, there's so much shit on that couch. I don't know, Monty. I haven't even touched the PS5. Sugar, how are you?
Are you okay, Mommy? I'm alright.
Chilling.
Thank you for punching.
Chilling.
Yeah. I'm so glad
Should be over there. Yeah.
Here we go again. Golly.
Man, they over there.
Where that over there? In the bag?
They're probably not back in the bag.
Where could Grandma and Grandpa Shark be?
What you doing?
Here? Over here?
Alright, you leave it alone.
Oh.
You ain't gotta get up. You can't find them. I would've gone find them. You ain't have to get up. I'm looking.
Grandma Shark must be here somewhere.
You could have stayed where you was. Look it up. She like this song. I just want to watch. Sharks? Yeah.
I'm sure that's Grandma Shark.
See? I told
You, but you didn't have to
I
get
told
up. You ain't have to get up. Don't be mad at me.
Oh.
I could have moved the pizza box. You didn't even give me time. Mama. You just said, oh, fuck.
Oh.
Let me get up. Didn't even do motherfucker shit. Everybody mad at me today.
I
See
heard
that?
you.
Which of these two tails belong to
Where he go?
Grandma Shark?
Who's over there?
Oh.
I don't know. He put in the comments he was with his mom, so I don't know if he is or not.
Hey, he says gonna leave. The youth says you can by yourself all day.
No will.
Can't nobody even see me on this cover.
Huh?
Can't nobody even see me on this cover.
Good, cause them weird ass motherfuckers. I'm out. We did all that to get it down. Shut your weirdness up. Yeah.
I'm watching my distressing things.
Which one?
Right now, this lady works on a boat. And I guess so she works in the kitchen on the boat.
Onlookers
And so
noticed
during
this
their
too
lunch
and were
breaks and shit, they go
terrified.
swimming
It's
in
all
the
in a
sea.
video. Some scary stuff.
So you know they're gonna get ate by a great white shark.
So you know it's
Yeah, she's getting ate up right now. Oh, girl, took her whole leg off.
Two crew members grabbed her arms and held on while a third one hit the shark with a stick, and the
Oh,
animal
with a
bolted
shark
towards
stick.
another person who was on a rope ladder. Heather was taken out of the water, and it was then that everyone had realized just how serious this really was. She was airlifted from Easter Island to a military hospital in Panama City, and miraculously, she was able to make it despite everything that had just happened. Her family flew out, and she was actually able to leave the hospital within only a few weeks. 6 weeks later, she was fitted with a prosthetic, and she's been able to live a mostly normal life in the time since, albeit with a bit more difficulty. This was obviously easily avoidable, but I think a lot of it was due to groupthink. She was young, everyone else was in there, and you never think it's going to be you. Heather knows she made an error, and what I love about this woman is her attitude and humor towards the whole thing. In an interview, she said it didn't hurt at all and that it felt like a puppy chewing on your finger. She says humor is one of the best ways to deal with it, but she still has moments where she breaks down. Thank God it didn't go any worse.
You,
know
just you, building your app on base 44. Describe it.
I'm gonna be like, fuck it, here, take it.
And it's real. One thought leads to more thoughts. Layer by layer, taking shape. We need your tools. Bring them in. They just click. Okay, kick it up a notch. Create something smarter, something powerful. Style counts, so give it your touch. Big or small. Next idea, it's at 2 a.m.
I don't know. Because
Like that, you take it off. Now look, loosen it. Put right here. Look. Put your hand out. See?
oh yeah, I'll cook later. I'll probably do some seafood tonight. Thinking, so I've got blackened salmon. I've got tilapia. I've got, is it cod? I've got a different type of fish too. I got like 3 different types of fish. And scallops and shrimp.
I want to try scallops. I've never had
Scallops are
scallops.
good. I'm trying to see how I want to do it today though. Do I want to do rice with shrimp and scallops and...
I would do all of it.
No.
Oh, yeah, I know. I do salmon and like you said what you just said.
Salmon with shrimp and scallops?
I mean, yeah, not unless you have enough to make it like a whole little meal.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, yeah.
I just do that there.
Yeah, I was gonna do like the rice, and then I make like a shrimp scampi rice, and do the shrimp and scallops on top.
Yeah, baby.
With
Whoa!
something green.
What you do, mama? You need help? Yeah? Let me see.
When's the last time you had it, Monty? Did you play the game when you came on last night? So last time you had it when Major and them was here.
No.
Did you look at the couch cushions? Yeah. You look under the couch?
So last time you had your controller.
No, I was playing the game with Tim.
Okay.
Man, Tim cashed out the controller. I was leaving. Tim came to the restaurant. Got my controller trying to shoot. Then after that, I went to sleep.
This gotta be here, but ain't nobody gonna come in here and take shit.
Did you look under there? Are you in the major room?
Yes.
Ooh, don't be snatching with me, bit off. I'll come under that bonnet.
It's somewhere right here.
How about
We
shower room?
looked everywhere. I looked in there already.
When I can't find something, I just chill for a second.
Yeah.
For real. Cause you get pissed off and then get to looking.
I stayed up all night looking for it.
What does it look like?
The red one?
It's a marble color.
Is it red?
No, it's white, silver.
Oh, okay. That's what you're saying. I'll help you look real quick before I leave. Because you overlooking it, you already mad.
Come on, bro, match a dope. He is not, bro.
This one is pretty frustrating, and it's definitely one you haven't heard of. Mid last year, a former teacher named Mohammed Al-Gambi was arrested in front of his wife and 7 children for committing the insane act of posting tweets and YouTube comments that his government didn't like. Believe it or not, he only had a total of 9 followers across both of these accounts. After being detained in front of his family on July 9, 2023, he'd be given a capital punishment and then held in solitary confinement for a total of 4 months, where he was eventually transferred out of the hole and allowed to contact his family again. It's hard to confirm if he's actually faced capital punishment yet, but this case has a very limited amount of media on it, and it's also very hush-hush. We do know the deadline for appeals was October 27th of last year. From what I can see, it's highly unlikely that this has been overturned, as there'd be plenty of media addressing it, but this all runs a lot deeper than you think. Saudi Arabia is known for its particularly harsh sentences and overall treatment of criminals. It's not uncommon to see fair trial violations and excessive physical tactics used against people who are in the system, which for certain crimes I wouldn't have a problem with, but then we remember that you can be given capital punishment for something as minimal as your dating preference, or in the case of today's video, making unfavorable comments. And also, just a side note, the most common way they do this is with a sword. Just to be clear, I'm not insulting the Saudi Arabian people or their culture as a whole. I'm just gathering data and making an assessment on their legal system. Many countries have systems derived from Sharia law, and they aren't anything like this. X, or Twitter, is a very popular platform for the Saudis. In fact, it has the 8th most users of any country in the world. So as with any country, there's going to be no shortage of people voicing their complaints against the government. However, there are numerous cases of activists facing extremely egregious sentences for simply speaking out. Like this woman, a mother of 5 who was sentenced to 45 years in prison for making numerous posts criticizing the government. Or this woman, a mother of 2 who was sentenced to 34 years behind bars for relaying tweets that seek to disrupt public order. Not only is this insane to me, it's just particularly sad. These were mothers with entire lives, with children who depended on them, husbands, favorite foods, TV shows.
Ridiculous.
It was all taken away like that over them voicing an opinion.
Hold on, before you pay for yet another app to manage your team, let me introduce you to Connect Team, the one platform that replaces all of these. I'm talking about live scheduling, time tracking, and digital forms that help you stay in control. Use instant team updates and personal or group chats to communicate easily and effectively. So stop spreading your business across apps, whiteboards, binders, platforms. It's exhausting, it's expensive, and honestly, it's unnecessary. Join thousands of businesses that simplified employee management, cut costs in basically half, and got back the time to focus on what matters most. Start your free trial now at connectteam.com.
Bruh.
We gotta go help people customize and save hundreds with Liberty Mutual.
But where's the golf cart?
There it is. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
When it comes to Muhammad al-Ghamdi, though, his tweets resulted in capital punishment. It turns out this case may have deeper political motivation. After all, Muhammad only had 9 followers and used anonymous accounts, so I'd be hard-pressed to believe that he was causing any tangible damage. Well, I did some digging, and as it turns out, his older brother also had some views that the kingdom didn't exactly agree with, and he's in exile living in the United Kingdom. Dr. Saeed al-Ghamdi, who's Muhammad's older brother, is a 62-year-old Islamic scholar and researcher from Saudi Arabia who's now living in exile in the United Kingdom. The KSA alleged that he joined 2 other extremist preachers in the formation of the NSA, which was created by Saudi opposition outside of the country. Keep in mind this is also just a Saudi perspective. Many people, Dr. Saeed al-Ghamdi included, believe that what happened to his brother Muhammad was actually done as a punishment for his own activity, which seems to make the most sense. In his own words to the New York Times, he said, "The posts that my brother wrote, no one knew about and they didn't spread. No one saw them even. It appears to me they wanted to spite, harm, or try to disturb me with this case." He also told CNN that it was highly probable his brother's sentence was in retaliation to him. Which poses a question: did these anonymous accounts even exist to begin with, and if they did, were they his? I could find absolutely no evidence on these, and I'm pretty good at what I do. Not a tweet, not an account, and not a YouTube comment. Whether he did or didn't make those tweets and comments, they still are going to have a higher incentive to go after him, simply due to his brother's past. But like anything in life, there's always more layers to this that we'll never know, especially given how obscure this story is. The case of Muhammad al-Ghamdi is incredibly sad, and I'm surprised that it hasn't gotten more attention outside Saudi Arabia. He had 7 children, a wife, he was a retired teacher, and probably just wanted to enjoy the later years of his life. I hope one day we stop hearing about stuff like this, but we probably won't. Thank you guys so much for watching, I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing or giving a thumbs up, but if not, that's okay too. I upload 2 or 3 videos like this every week, so maybe I'll win you over next time. Also, a huge shout out to all the people who already signed up for Patreon. I just rolled it out yesterday, and I already have a considerable amount of people. In just under 2 weeks, I'm going to be starting a completely exclusive series there where I can be free and not have to worry about all the boundaries. I've already started working on it, and I'm super pumped to show you guys it. I just want to stress though, if it's not within your means, don't feel any way obligated to support. Just watching is enough.
Build a website you love with Wix. For yours, create your brand, your opportunity, your breakthrough. Add solutions that meet you where you are and take you where you want to go. Wix.
Hurry, doctor.
Beef Baby Shark! Oh, Beef Baby Shark! You really need to come see us now! Hey, Fred, can you help me find him just one more time? We'll find him for sure this time. Let's all sing together. Have you seen Beef Baby Shark? Striped tail, Beef Baby Shark. Have you seen Beef Baby Shark? Let's look for him. Please, I really hope it's him this time. Miss Pharmacist, have you seen Beef Baby Shark by chance?
I'm not sure. I've been busy making medicine, so I haven't noticed.
I see something yellow over there. Wow! They're yellow vitamin gummies. I was saving these yummy vitamins as a treat for Beef Baby Shark after his treatment. But I guess he can't have any since he's not here. What a shame. Vitamins? I want a vitamin. Gotcha. Let's get you treated quick and easy so it won't hurt at all. Sure. Stop right there. You'll never catch us. All better now.
Beef Baby Shark, I'm so glad you got the help you needed.
Dr. Baby Shark, thank you so much. What did you think? That didn't hurt at all, right? Next time you're sick, don't hide. Just come see me right away. Baby Shark's mighty burgers. Yum, 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 here it comes. The mighty burger truck.
I'm so hungry. Can you make me a mighty superpower burger?
You have the biggest burger in the whole world.
We want some yummy burgers.
Let's cook with Baby Shark. Baby Shark's superpower burgers. Baby Shark burgers. One should I choose? Which one?
I love you too,
Should I
baby.
choose? The yellow burger sounds so strong. Gives you power of a yummy, yummy. Yellow burger. Time to cook our yellow burger.
Don't look like that, baby. Don't look like that, baby. No.
Zesty lemon. I'm sure burger will this lemon will accept me right away. Wow, yellow cotton candy. A sweet burger
You look
with
like
super
that
fun.
for
And some yellow
I see you
cheese.
later, okay?
I'm sure the superheroes gonna love this. Ingredients all set. Now let's get cooking.
Ooh, I see.
First, place our bun, then some lettuce, then the patty, finally the tomato. I wonder what's going to give this burger its mighty superpower. Got it! A lemon burger. Add just a splash of hero power sauce, and finish with the bun. Ta-da! Lemon burger all done.
This is too sad. I didn't eat it.
Let's make a new one. Go to bun, lettuce, patty, and the middle. This time, some cotton candy in the middle. Add a splash of hero power sauce. And finish with the bun. Ta-da! Sweet cotton candy burger. Wow! And lots of super stretchy yellow cheese for extra power. Add one more slice. And another. Add a splash of hero power sauce on top of the cheese. Then place the top one on top. Ta-da! Super mighty power-up cheeseburger all done. Here you go. Your yellow cheeseburger is ready. Super stretchy cheese. I feel so much stronger already. This is exactly the burger I wanted. Now I'll show you the power of cheese. Huh? Super mighty power up. Cheeseburger success. Now on to the next order, please.
Bluetooth disconnected.
Biggest burger of them all. Snack it high so it won't all die. Giant burger.
Time to cook our giant super burger. Let's pick our giant ingredients. Huh? Whoa! This giant meat has delicious. This giant meat is going to be epic. Giant chocolate is everyone's favorite. I wonder what a magic potion burger would taste like. Who knows what'll happen? Stay tuned. Ingredients good to go. Now let's get cooking. First the bun, then lettuce, then the tomato. Let's go with a giant chocolate. Now a splash of hero power sauce on top. Then place the bun. There, a giant chocolate burger all done. Here you go, your sweet giant chocolate burger is ready.
Too much chocolate in one bite. My teeth are all rotten.
No worries. I'll make you another burger right away. Now it's time for the giant magic potion burger. Place the bun, lettuce, tomato, and add 1 drop of our magic potion. Then a splash of hero power sauce. Place the top bun and done. The giant magic potion burger is done. Your giant magic potion burger is ready now.
Thank you so much.
What in the world is going on? Look at you now, big guy. You're a tiny little one. Something must have gone wrong. I promise I'll make you an actual giant burger this time. Let's stack up our ingredients really hot. Bun, on the bun. Lettuce, stack it hot. Tomato, boom, zoom. Mega meaty patty. Finish off with some hero power sauce and place the top bun. Ta-da! Giant meat burger all done. Your tasty giant meat burger is ready. my teeth. I'm fine with my teeth are clean. Mommy, mommy, play with me. Daddy, daddy, play with me. I'm not going to brush my teeth. I just want to play some more. No, no. No, no. No brushing teeth, no brushing teeth. No. Brushing
It's not in
teeth.
there, it's in my room.
I don't want to brush my teeth, but I love brushing my teeth.
It's over there.
Yes, yes, yeah, yeah, yes. I love brushing my teeth. I love brushing
Y'all here, y'all gone. Y'all here?
Yes, yes, yes. I love brushing my teeth. Vegetables. I just want to eat what I want. Mommy, mommy, play with me. Daddy, daddy, play with me. I'm not eating vegetables. I just want to eat what I want. No, no. Yeah, yeah, yes. No, no. Yeah, yeah, yes. No, no veggies. No, no veggies. No. No. Vegetables. No, no. I don't want to eat vegetables. But I love vegetables. Yes, yes. Yeah, yeah,
What are you doing, Millie? Millie, wait. Come on, baby. Where's your cereal?
That works, yeah. But if it doesn't, you can also set your schedule around your other commitments.
Good, because I have a lot of those.
Tell me about it. So whenever it works well for you, you can make a few extra bucks.
I guess I do have an article.
When earnings on your time, you can enjoy more quality time. Make money in your time. DoorDash, sign up today.
Once upon a time, there lived an itsy baby spider. My bad. There were two itsy baby spiders. An itsy spider goes up the spider web. Itsy spider comes down the spider web. Itsy spider falls down, down. The other spider sees and falls down too.
No, table. Maury! Table. I said that. Ugh.
Fucking listen! You act like you can't fucking listen for once! Damn! That's why we don't get along! You don't fucking listen! Fucking listen! You act like you can't...
money slow, slow, slow. And yeah, I know I made a few mistakes before, but you know I ain't fucking with down, down, down.
What you doing?
Watching Sinners.
How far are you from the house?
I will come like 17 minutes.
17?
Well, it's really not. I'm really up the street. We don't live far.
What?
It's like where we get dropped off in a little, like, you walk straight for a little bit.
I say 17 minutes.
It was a 17-minute walk.
Bruh.
5 minutes.
So I'm supposed to be going to get my tattoo finished today.
What time?
12:30.
What?
At 12:30. I can come get you, but I'm gonna need you home with Millie. Do you have Marty's controller?
Yeah.
Marty! He's been tearing the house up looking for it.
I told him I do. You know, Toon had it.
Major had your controller.
He did?
Yes.
Wow.
He said he told you he had it.
He didn't.
Is he stupid? He asked me, do you got my controller? I was like, when I get done watching this movie, I'm going to bring it back.
But hurry up, man.
So, am I picking you up?
You can.
Just send me the address. It ain't gonna be till probably like 12. I'm gonna pick you up because Marty going somewhere too. So I gotta pick you up, drop Marty off, bring you home. Damn.
Where?
To Calvin's. And I'm trying to see how I'm gonna do. I might have to pick you up before that. I know I'll probably pick you up in about 30 minutes.
All right.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
All right, what's wrong? All right, babe. Bro. I don't know what's going on. It's funny though, because you say I broke my family up. Like my family was already not together. I've been trying to go through a separation from my kid's father for the last 2 years. What are you talking about? What do you mean? She's pressed? About what? Lying? How? It's the whole reason I moved to Knoxville. Ain't complain. You don't know me. You've only known me since I started going live on YouTube, which was like the end of last year. You don't know me. Nah, I'm being dead ass. Keisha, don't run your ass over here, bro. Why'd you running up on me, Keisha? What's up with you, bro?
Bluetooth connected.
What? That shit up, bro.
Bluetooth connected.
Yeah, I wasn't. What they say? What? What, baby? You, baby. Yeah. Baby. Booby. Oh, bro. That's you, Mod. Saying that shit. Bruh. No more.
Where? Why are you doing that? Stop! Millie! Mom? Wait. Just stop. Oh, it's fine. It's literally modding up so many toys right there. No, Millie. You can't get everything what you want. What is Piss me the fuck off. Millie, why are you crying? What, Millie? What do you want? What is she doing? This. Let her see it. Should have brought it in here.
Mine's all messages.
I got you!
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm gonna get it in.
Not very long, baby. Millie! Leave her alone! Millie, close the door! Millie! No, absolutely not. No. We're not using those. Have you ever seen anything so? Look. Hey! No! Mom? You got Millie? She's in my room.
Come in here and sit down. Of course the projector would fuck up as soon as it's time to go outside. Of course it would. Bruh. You tired of bullshit? I'm tired of bullshit. Bruh. Not gonna lie. Because of you. What the fuck? Project just messing up, Maury. Leave the cat alone, Millie.
Millie! Leave the cat alone!
Yeah, I'm probably not gonna have time to smoke. Probably not, for real. I gotta drop Marty off at 12. I gotta pick Major up. And it's probably gonna take y'all a few minutes to come outside. Marty, what's up? Are you ready? Come on. All right, baby. Drop Marty off, pick Major up. I gotta bring Major back though to watch Millie. I know, driving. I'm exhausted already. I ain't even started my day yet. Mister? Marcus, you do a better job. Same thing with Major. Huh, put the jacket on her.
But Major is so mean to her. Mama. I'm going to cook.
Oh, man.
Wait,
Bro. I could probably smoke a little bit. I don't think I have time. Supposed to meet these fucking parents at 12. Bro. I'm probably not gonna have time to smoke. All right, come outside. Yes, come. Ah, shoes.
Millie. Mama's so cute. Mom, do you think that makes the best outfits?
Yeah, baby.
Oh, this one works good, Mom.
What's around, baby?
What is this outfit? It has skirts on pants and leggings. They're small pockets. You know, the leg with the zipper?
Yeah.
You know, they just look small because, yeah.
I'm in the car, Marty.
Love you, Mom.
Oh, you too, baby.
Bye.
Bye, baby. Mommy, open the door. Ah, shit. Damn. And You good? Come on, Millie, come on.
Come on, Mill.
Millie, come on. Time just goes and goes and goes. So fucking fast.
Did you tell you a tattoo or you
No, I'm gonna go. That's what I gotta put up Major.
Did you find his controller?
Major has it.
No, I knew he did.
Yeah, I had a feeling too, because no one's just gonna take your controller.
That's what I'm saying, it just not be in there nowhere to be found, especially any of the spots that it normally is.
Hey, I can do this.
He about to start my umbrella.
Okay, okay. Okay.
Mom, what my head?
I don't know, if I get a donation or two today, I'll stop and get something. Ooh, whoa, 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 whoa.
Alright, you be safe. Gotta be careful.
I will. I hope she doesn't take too long. I gotta come right back and bring Major, so let me see how fast it takes me to...
Dum dum dum.
Damn. Let me see. I'll text you.
Damn.
Bye, baby. No, you good. You good.
You gotta do all this driving.
Bruh.
I can't wait till I start driving.
Come on, baby. Gotta get Major. I have my other phone on me? Yeah, I do.
Proceed to Ebenezer Road, then turn right.
It's cold. What's this?
Yeah, you're staying the night, right?
I listen to this.
I don't know. I found this radio station yesterday. It played a whole lot of old cool songs I like.
Turn right onto Ebenezer Road.
You take Calvin somewhere on our way? Because I haven't taken his mom yet.
The destination is on your right. Arrived.
Yeah, why's it tell me it's over there? No, it didn't. Roll Tide.
Mama.
Oh, baby. sleeping good now, y'all? What, baby?
But
Y'all hear me now? Okay. What, baby? Now you good, little Look, I made you. What kind of shoes you got? Where you get those from? Those 01 Shine at?
no, that was for what's her name?
I don't even remember Sean wearing them for real. You can fit them, can't you?
Me?
Fit you. Sean can't fit them no more? He's got like 3 pair of basketball shoes right now. Yeah, fine. It's not a bad walk, but it's a good little walk. You ate. Some pizza in there.
My nigga, you do what you think right, don't let them take your life. She wasn't right, told you I'm alright. I'm not off cause I gotta make sure that I'm high. Game, I'm a grown man, your work ain't ending right. Hold my chest out, cause I'm a man, been through this plenty time. Don't love me, then leave me to see when you scheming. Leave she my Jackson, won't leave me smoke. I got that boy, I feel for my veins, my mind. You for to do me in and try and fucking lead the game. You be smoking, I'm focused, I'm riding. Tryna stay up on it, I'm ready, then I'm chosen. Bad things of me is all she see. I feel for you now, I guess you feeling me. Control, I don't know why you keep eyeing me. But I just want peace, so don't you leave. Oh, you gon' make me move forward. Stop. I told your mom you should've been long, don't stand. Fuck it, anything homecoming, I can't wait to see us going. Oh, I'm here for real, and he gone on. I'ma get him time to buy some shields, then I'll bomb on. I can't get her out my head, it's something about a touch. Don't even ask why I look half dead, you know I'm high as fuck. Yeah, we not in Milwaukee, hope you don't want me for my buzz, bitch. In my cup is walkie, in my shirt it might be truck. Yeah, you know I don't care about them hoes, don't do too much, I see a nigga staring, don't gotta say nothing, my twin gon' clutch, Baby, this shit 35, I don't smoke no Dutch. Yeah, you tell me you love me, but I don't know nothing such. You claiming I'm cheating, I'm in NYC. Promise I know some hoes that'll treat me better, but I don't wanna leave. Once I realized we was over, I ain't wanna breathe. I was trying to take you across the world, girl, we could've caught a breeze. Yeah, caught a breeze. I gotta get it to catch some Z's. I told my little brother stop fucking hoes, now they burn when you pee. I've been in the field like Julio Jones, but I got MVP. When I die, just go ahead, burn my bones, I don't even wanna be deceased. Whoa, baby, I heard you, but I swear you heard me more. Mom, keep asking
Major hat, bro.
I told you. You ain't listen to me.
I didn't think out of all people in him. He should be ashamed of his actions. Your phone about to die. Your phone
I heard that friends turn fake on me now. Cool on that. Bought my son my cut jacket, fall bought me one. And that's a fact. Ain't talking about many Jesus, got 3 on. And all on nobody talk. They see lately he been smiling, cause we done made it up out of the mud. I ain't never gave up. Never gave no fall.
You tell me it's on our way?
Yeah.
Say hop on the go, just tell me. Let me know when to push up. Say hop on the go, just tell me. Yeah, Draco go on. Really know I ain't tryna be selfish. I got 20 hoes wanna get married. Papers, I'm still talking rap. Put it in big purse, cause ain't no family. Profit the rest side, they ain't no flex.
Best person.
If I ain't go to the gram, I be there.
We're not meeting there,
Put on my gloves, put on my ski. You already know what I did. Getting this cheap, running the street, doing everything go back. I hate reminiscing this time of that go on me. And put it all in the past. Ain't fake with you niggas, I keep on killing.
Is that like in the middle or like more on our side?
I ain't really look. Just says middle. Probably is. Trolls been fucking crazy. Tripping.
My shit right here, this my kind of shit right here. Y'all do this. Can I ball? Can I chill? Can I stand? Will I live long enough to raise my son? Make something out of nothing. Nothing where I'm from. Keep your boy do something productive for one. And once a nigga make it, they gon' want to.
This shit come every time. Trapping bean at my side. I can't fall like all down. I smoke on friends, I'm a lineman. I'm Saturday here, nigga, try this shit. Be away the doctor, call your mommy. Y'all been popping pills just like they chocolates. Keep me riding in some geek shit, then I pull aside. Can I smack around in the backseat? I'm the Uber driver. Hair off, bitch, gotta go. You should've never tried it. He be business on the floor, and I never stand beside it. He kept me digging in your hole, she shouldn't been beside it. I pray I stay focused on your rap shit, cause I'm a hard robber. Yeah, shooter, I make him drive, he look like Ricky Bobby. Everybody change when you get paid, you can't even trust your mama. When on me, I fuck your old, ain't talking about Jeffrey Dahmer. Doing no OGs in my hood, bitch, we ain't playing hobbies. Bro, be laughing with the ops on live.
I feel that.
Niggas speak on this shit, send them out there, fuck it, I spin. Don't discriminate when it come to gun. I shoot every gym, I shoot every gym, flow on front, yeah. We put the press down, yeah. Still put the press down, yeah. This shit come perfect time. Trapping bean at my side. I can't call like all down. I smoke on friends, I'm a lineman. I done shot in air, nigga, tried this shit. Be away the doctor, call your mommy. Y'all been popping pills just like they chocolates. Keep me riding in some geek shit, then I pull aside. Can I smack around in the backseat? I'm the Uber driver. Hair off, bitch, gotta go. You should've never tried me. He be business on the floor, and I never stand beside it. You kept me digging in your hole, she shouldn't have been beside me. Free the press, we the press, free the press, we the press.
And I'm too blessed to be this way, the devil, he don't fuck with me. I got a plan that I ain't seen. Since a child, I've been a man, selling dope, it look like time. On whatever that y'all, what you with on with, get them smacked. I don't wanna run me in this bitch. Them Mazzettis know I'm doing bad.
No, I do not like driving all the time.
H-A-T-E-S-L-W-E-P, don't go see. B-W-E-F, you don't wanna be. R-E-A-B, my pets hate me, they let me go my trauma. I can't do this shit without my mama. I'm gonna kill your partner. Young boy, I'm a motherfucking problem. Putting it in my body, and it fucked me up, it got me body. What you want, I got these niggas don't fuck with me. On my pocket, they count my pockets. I heard they up, they out the back. They tryna kill me with this chop. They just wanna put a more shot on me. Jesus got a brand new car. Play in my body, now bring your whole hands in a straight. Nigga, I was done, I will on bills. Both at the mall, it's for my cousin. I don't wanna rap, I wanna rap the bitch, but walk dead. I don't pick and choose, I'ma clap the bitch, the jumps on like the trombone. Hold up, I ain't tryna take it home, and it like my last baby. Girl, I can take it home, cause you don't think I'm tryna make sure I get home, baby. I've been searching for my soul, baby. She won't take me down, till it get found on my own, baby. Who the fuck blood me? Oh, there's so many wrong that I see. But I just jump out right there.
Yeah, I couldn't even see the road.
All my niggas beat around with keepers of the sea. I'm coming to that check, how we confront the G. They would've stacked
Too wet, y'all can't see what I see.
I'm outside, they let down on me. Yeah, how you want me today? You're a motherfucking dog. You ain't kidding about yourself. You ain't making no bitch.
I crash
side. Watch the better and it's brighter, bro.